start the meetings with prayer. And this time I'd like to ask Mitchell if he would please do.
Lord, we thank you for bringing us together tonight. We pray you will look over each and every one of us, that you will bless us in this upcoming year, that you will help us to work and do everything that we can to the best of our abilities. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
All right, I'd like to start this with, our very first meeting was December 15th. A lot of you read that in the paper, so you know that. We had approximately going to be about 3 of us, I thought, maybe 4. What ended up being was we had 13 people, which was great. And everyone was kind of like-minded on needs and the wants to see our businesses develop and the community. This is not by any means, no one in this group is a hater of any group or organization that's out there. What we want to see happen is everyone come together, work together to not only improve our businesses, but to see this community become what it should be. At this first meeting, we knew that there had to be organization and standards and guidelines from the get-go. So 13 members we came up with, who we elected as officials to lead this group. Those people are in place for 6 months. After that, we'll hope that we have enough people that we'll have a bigger group, and then we will re-elect, and those people will serve for 2 years. So in those elections, who we came up with to head our committees as we come up with different things that we're going to try to tackle as a group. The head of that would be Jeremy Johnson. He is from the New Perry Hotel. Victoria Davis, which is the owner of Split Ends, which is right down here on Carroll Street. She's not able to be here. She had a family emergency and could not come. She's actually our secretary. She'll be doing the minutes and keeping up with our membership. Our vice president is Mildred McIntosh, which is the owner of Yes It's Consignment that we're standing at now. And lucky me was voted in as president. A lot of people, like I said, have questions about what Perry Economic Group stands for, PEG. The main thing that we stand for is being very, very positive in this community. We want to see it grow, we want to see things develop, we want to see new businesses come, we want to see everyone recognized, and we're not focusing on one area, we're focusing on Perry. Because kind of as a whole, the group believes if you hang your business license on any door or wall here in Perry, you deserve the same respect. That's kind of a touchy issue, I'm sure, with some people, but it's also a touchy issue with people that's outside of some of these areas. So we want to try to bring that together, work together to accomplish this goal. The main thing that we will not tolerate whatsoever is bashing of other businesses, any form of discriminations. We just can't have that. There's no way that we can have a goal of being positive and helping the community when we have bickering and arguing and not liking what the city does or not liking what this one does. I mean, that's kind of ridiculous. It's actually childish. And if we're going to be business leaders, we can't behave that way. We can't work that way together. And as I went around, I've spent the past couple of days talking to as many businesses as I possibly could get to. There's not a lot of camaraderie. A lot of people think that they can't come to this area and they're not welcome. They can't work with these people or they're not accepted. If that's true or not, that doesn't even matter. It's out there, we need to address it, and we need to make everyone feel welcome. I'm not from here, many of you know that, my wife is. So I've had a battle of, well, are you from here? Well, no, I'm not. But I don't have to be from here to see a problem. And for whatever reason, I've been in business with my wife for 6 months in Perry, and I've had numerous people come to me, for whatever reason that may be, expressing these issues. So I have to address them. That's just my DNA, I guess. If I see the problem and I see that this is a community that I have 2 small children that I'm going to raise in this community, I want to see it as tight-knit as it possibly can be. One thing that I think we all have a problem with, and what we all all do is we call ourselves business owners. We need to be business leaders. We need to be leading this community, having people look at us as a role model, and these children that are coming up that want to be an entrepreneur and say, okay, I want to be like them. Well, them right now is fighting. I don't want my children raised around a business that they can't even feel they're comfortable in going into. That's not fair to anyone in this community, young or old. Let's see here. I hear a lot about competition. Well, they're my competition, and this, that, and the other as I went around. Well, this is the way I kind of look at competition. If you have two businesses side by side, and let's say one has the best cookies in town and one has the best Danishes in town. Well, don't get mad. Just keep making those good cookies, okay? And advertising and get them to keep coming and buying. Don't get mad because they're making a good Danish. You know, that's kind of ridiculous. The format of where we're going to do these groups. The reason that we're here, yes, it's consignment, and our first meeting was at the New Perry Hotel. We're going to have these meetings at different locations. That makes it a whole lot easier for everyone to know not only where the business is, but exactly what they do. After we go through a little bit more of this, Mildred's going to, and what we'll do is at every meeting, whoever the host is will describe their business, why they're in business, what their goal is to help Perry, and such and such. You know, that way that if you say, hey, you know, I don't have $150 to buy a new jacket, but I know that Mildred's got one up here for, what was it, $8 and something I looked at today? That's unbelievable. You know, you got to be at a meeting and you don't have a jacket. You went by here, you pay $8 and get a jacket. That's amazing. I didn't know that until today. Okay. Well, I'd have a whole bunch of jackets. Another thing that we're definitely going to stand for is cleaning up this community. I'm not saying that it's a pigsty by no means, or Harlem or whatever, and trash it, but we're all guilty, including myself, of passing the blame, passing the buck, quick to point the finger, oh, well, you know, this isn't being done, that isn't being done. But we go into our business and we've got 14 cups that's blown up to our front door and 2 bags that's blown, sticking in the hedges, and we just walk right by them every day. Clean them up. You know, if we have 20, 30, 40 businesses that will just clean up your own common area, that's going to make Perry look better. But then we're not going to limit it to that. But if we do that, that's going to help. But what we're going to also do is we're going to organize events to where we go and we pick a street, we pick a block, we pick whatever, and we get together as business owners, we get volunteers, and we hit it with 50 people, 100 people, and we spend an hour picking up trash. We're going to show the community that we're not just opening up our doors and saying, we want your money. We're going to show the community as leaders that we're going to go out there and we're going to do some physical work to help the community. And when they see that, they can't help but respect us more, saying, hey, they're not just sitting here trying to take, they're willing to give. And I know it's hard, we get in a rut, or a routine of where we get up, we go to work, we open up shop, we do our business, we go home, watch TV, and go sleep, start all over. I understand that, but we have to try to give a little more to our community to get a little bit more respect from them. Let's see. Sorry, I'm not a public speaker, so excuse me. Another thing that we have designated people to go to the different groups in the community. City council meetings, zoning meetings, any other organization that will let us be a part of it, because we truly want to work together with everyone. And that's something that we feel is very important in order for everyone to know what's going on, what events are out there. We're not going to know every event, nor is every other group, but if we all kind of work together, it's a whole lot easier to know, instead of staying into our little cubbies here and there. As far as the cost, a lot of people, why don't you have a fee? I mean, we've got a fee, and you got to have a fee, and this, that, and the other. What is your time worth? You're here for an hour. Your time may be worth $200 an hour. Your time might be worth $15 an hour. Whatever your value is for your time, that's your payment. Because you don't have to come to this meeting. You've been working all day. You coming and giving us your time and wanting to work together to help the community, that's cost enough. Now, being realistic, if we are going to have an event, we're going to have a golf tournament or something to where we have to raise some money because cost of cost, then we would not only address the issue of what event are we going to do, what do we need, banners, do we need flyers, whatever. We come up with an agreement. We vote on everything in this group, and then we say, okay, it's $250. We got 25 members, it's $10. It's that simple. But we're not going to hit somebody with a bill and this, that, and other, because some people also in the group may not be able to even pay the $10 or $25, whatever it may be. So that's when we look at, once again, your value of your time. Your time may be worth, it may be worth more to me to say, hey, I'll throw an extra $5 in because I can't be there, but maybe you got more time you can volunteer. So now your time of helping the event is just as worthy or helpful as your money. So it's not all about trying to see what we can gain monetarily. Like I said, everything in this group will be voted on. We feel that that's the only way that we can keep ourselves like-minded and understanding exactly what's going on in the group is you have to vote. You have to also, if you become a member, you have to stay active. You can't come to a meeting and miss 3. You can't go for 2 months and then drop out and we don't see you for 6 months. If you don't stay active, you're gone. Because that means not that you don't care, but you don't, maybe you don't have the time. And it's not a personal thing, but we will discuss it. We're not just gonna, open up the door and start kicking people. We also have things that we want, that we feel very strongly about, that we think that will help the community, the local community, and one of them is FOPAS. A lot of you have heard about Friends of Perry Animal Shelter trying to help the Perry Animal Shelter through adoptions, improving the facility or building a new facility. So we want to have charity events, golf tournaments, fundraisers, whatever the case may be, to try to help that local need. And as that gets taken care of, we'll find another local need through meeting with other groups and finding out more that needs to be done. Another one that we can say it's a national one, but it's probably hit, probably sure that everyone in here, this one has hit one way or the other, which is the American Cancer Society. I'm sure we've all known someone that it has affected in one way or the other. So we want to try to do things to donate and help with that. Those are two of our main spotlight charities, I guess, if you'd say, that we're wanting to be very involved in. But we're going to do coat drives and for blankets and food drives and things of that nature. Air conditioning units. When it's 100 degrees, a lot of people around here, they still don't have air conditioning. So we're going to see what we can do, raise some money, get some air units, some heating units for this time of the year. We want to be very involved, see what our community wants and needs. Go to the churches, see, is there a family, is there a couple of families that we can help out? As leaders, I feel like, and I think the group completely agrees, of our core group, that we need to help this community. And that's one way that we're definitely going to do that. It's kind of a catch-22 or a confusion that a lot of people have of why do you, if you're wanting everyone to be involved, why do you have an application and an approval process that you go through, and why are you voting if you just want everyone to do it? Well, as much as I would love that we all get along and we all have the same like-mindedness about these issues, we don't. And for this group to stay positive, we have to find out who is actually going to stay active, who is actually going to help, and who may be a hindrance. And the group will vote on that. We'll give you everyone here tonight, if you like, we're going to give everyone an application, fill it out. We'd like to have those back by the 16th. That's when our board will meet. We'll probably have a meeting with our core group before the meeting on the 19th to let everyone know that fills out an application, are you approved or are you not, so that you can attend the next meeting as a member. And like I said, that will be voted on. That's pretty much all I have. I know there's going to be some questions, but at this time, we're going to hold off on the questions. Mayor Jimmy Faircloth is here, and I know he has